Hi everyone, this is the third sequence, the third flow of Empower Your Standing Balance. You'll notice some of the poses are the same, and then I've also added some different poses. And one thing different that I've also done is once we finish the entire sequence of adding as many poses are going to be in the flow, we do the last flow, the last vinyasa, just a single breath each, just non-stop moving through each pose, which again just is going to challenge your body in your legs, your glutes, your hamstrings, your calves, your core in a completely different way. All right, have fun. So this time we're going to start in Vrikshasana, in a tree pose, and on the left leg, right leg could be anywhere really. It could be on the floor. It could be to your inner leg, or it could be all the way to the inner thigh. It's not really going to matter as much where the right leg is, because just standing on your left foot is going to be a lot of work. It's going to be strengthening your leg. So about 3 breaths here. We're drawing, as usual, just lengthening through everything. The belly button's tucked in, the lower back is lifted, the thoracic back lifted because the sternum is rising, the shoulders are relaxed, the face is soft. Now from here, you're going to go into a side lunge, which is going to bring you off your mat to your right, reaching the arms out. And then once you're in the pose, just adjusting your stance. So it's almost like a warrior two, but it's just off the mat. It's in a different place than where you would usually be in your warrior two. And from there, one more breath, kicking back, lifting back into tree, into Vrikshasana. But this time, notice, I don't let my foot touch my thigh, because I'm going to open it and I'm going to close it 3 times. It could be here, it could be down here, whichever works for you. Now you're really working the inner thigh and the outer thigh. Let's do that one more time. And exhale, mountain. Let's try that on the other side. So the tree pose will be 3 breaths. Find a resting place for your left foot as you take your weight into your right foot. As you bring the hands to the heart, start to just rise the spine up towards the crown. Ease down in the shoulder blades. Really planted in your right foot, grounded. At the same time, drawing that energy up towards the pelvis. Then from here, you're going into a side lunge, which looks like a warrior two, off your mat. And extend it out. Once you've transitioned, once you've landed, you can drop deeper into the pose, shuffling the back leg. You can stay where you landed. Preferably knee on the ankle. The more the joints support each other, the better. And then from there, you're going to kick back to tree, but with the knee up into the chest, the foot not touching your thigh, and 3 open and close. Be very mindful that your spine stays as long as it can. And if this left foot needs to drop to do this, that's okay. You can let it drop a little bit. And release. We're going to add another one to the sequence, but we'll start the sequence, start the vinyasa, start the flow from the top. Back into tree, standing on your left foot. 3 breaths. A side lunge to your right for 3. You can look along the right hand if you like, or just keep the point of focus in the center somewhere. We're going to kick into the legs and come back to tree, but this time the foot is not touching. You've got 3 here. Open and close, keeping that knee as lifted as you can. And then from here, back into crescent lunge. Index finger pointing, shuffling that back leg to get that leg as straight as you can. Easing down in the shoulders. One more breath. And then bring it up and forward into warrior 3, Vira 3. The right hip rotating to face the floor, extend and press into the right heel. Keep your head just between the upper arms, the arms lifting and extending, and then come back to mountain. Let's try that on the other side. Come into tree. 3 breaths here. You're going to go into a side lunge on the exhale. And once you've landed, you can adjust so that the knee is on the ankle. Never hesitate to align your body. Once you've transitioned, just go ahead, always adjust the pose so that while you hold the pose and breathe into it, you're just at the right place for your joints, for your bones. You might not have landed in the right place, but you can always adjust it. And then push into the floor, come back to that tree, but not touching the foot in, and 3 times. Open, close, keeping the entire body lifting upwards. Standing legs, spine, and your left leg, your left knee rising. This time, crescent lunge, arms reach up. Index finger pointing. Last breath, and then shift the weight forward, pressing into the back leg, and coming into Vira 3. Look at the floor, rotate the left hip down, extend and press into the left heel, reaching into your arms. 1 more breath, and come back to mountain. But that's not all. We're going to add 2 more poses to that flow. We'll start with tree. On your left foot, 3 breaths. Side lunge, 3 breaths. Pressing into the right foot as you kick back up, and then open and close. Stay lifted. Back to crescent lunge. Pushing into the back leg, warrior 3. I like to have my foot flexed so that my lifted leg is pressing into the heel, and I know it's really active. But you can have it pointed if that works better for you. And then from here, reach the arms out. Try not to let the right leg drop. Bring it up into the chest, 3 breaths. Easier work here, your hands could be at the hip to help your spine lift. And then the last one in the sequence, leg extension, holding for 3. Now you might find that the leg knee starts to drop. That's okay. 1 more breath. Keep that upward lift and bend and release. Let's try that on the other side. Vrikshasana, tree pose. A side lunge off your mat to the left. And then kicking into the feet, rising back to your tree, lifting in this leg, opening and closing 3 times. Back to Alanasana. Interlace the fingers here so that when you go into warrior 3, you've got that same arm shape, same hand shape. And spring from the floor, shift the weight, straight